Yikes, day 25, but I don't know how. Perfect. I don't know how. This was inspired by, I saw Tanya Pluckrose who did a similar message, but it was a reminder that I just lived this, so I should probably share this. I don't know how. This is something that's, I have this big dream. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know how it's going to line up. The path, your path, is also not going to match someone else's path. So don't worry about the path. Worry about that first step, today's step, whatever that is. I remember I heard an interview, this was, man, 2 or 3 decades ago, where Steven Seagal was talking. It's when he was in the prime of his career and doing all these action movies. And he said, if I knew how much work it was going to be, I probably wouldn't have done it. But I bet he's thankful he took those steps and kept taking the steps, even though it took longer than he expected. So, how did this happen for me this week? Well, if you know, I'm working on the movie, and it took 7 years to write a script. Well, when I first said I'm going to do this, I wanted to find somebody else to write it. And I met this woman in Hollywood who produced Hallmark movies. And she said, I just heard you give a presentation. You need to write it yourself. But I don't know how to write a screenplay. I know speaking and know presentations. I know how to tell a story, but a screenplay, like 100% dialogue, how do I do that? And she said, get the book. She said, I read screenplays all day long. The biggest problem is structure. You start with structure. Same thing for presentations. So I didn't know how, so I went and I got the book and I learned from the pros. And I wrote version 1. It's now on version 5 of the screenplay, even though I'd never done it before. And then this week, I got some direct feedback, a little bit of a downer. And I was talking to Michael Haig about it. I happened to just be talking to him that same day. And I said, hey, here's what somebody said. And we were talking about it. And I'm like, oh, I really don't want to go through a rewrite. It's just not. And he stopped me. He said, but if it's not bringing you joy, you shouldn't do it. If you're not excited about it. I'm like, yeah. And the more we talked, the more I realized I don't want to have my name in lights that I wrote this screenplay. I don't want to live my life writing screenplays. I didn't enjoy it. I'm thankful for the process I went through. I learned so much about storytelling that has helped me become a better teacher as well as be a better storyteller. However, I don't love the process and the thought of doing a rewrite other than some adjustments. I really don't want to do, to be honest. But he said, what do you want? And I realized I want the movie to come out. I think it's going to impact some lives. I've been telling this story for years from the stage. And he said, well, then you just need to be a producer. What? Well, I've never been a producer. He said, but you got to understand how the industry works. And he gave me some explanations, but I don't know how to be a producer. Perfect. Don't worry about the how. Just worry about today's step, and that'll lead to tomorrow's step. And if you know the path and exactly how it will come out, then maybe it's just a task rather than a dream. Remember, dreams are not convenient. They're not convenient, and we don't know the path. Had I not gone down the path of becoming a comedian, I wouldn't have found the path of speaking, which is better fit for who I am. So you don't know what the path will look like. I thought just becoming a comedian, like I wanted to make people laugh. I thought that meant equals be a comedian. No, but I started. I learned a lot, and then I found a better path for me. So don't expect the path to be laid out exactly how you want it. If you don't know how, cool, excitement, adventure, but just take that step. As Tanya said in hers, don't worry about the how. You might have heard it from Bob Proctor in The Secret. Don't worry about the how. Stay focused on where you want to go and take that one step today. So this is take 2 of today's. I didn't realize I had something else running in the background, so I had to delete the take 1. Oh well, just do take 2. Join the video challenge, 77 day video challenge. And if you're not going to take the challenge, please share some of these. If it resonates with you, who of your friends could that lesson maybe help? Please forward it to them or maybe a group. And encourage other people who are doing the challenge. You know, for me, I've been doing this for years. It's still stretching me. I'm still learning. It's still helpful. But if you notice somebody who's maybe just getting started at it, please encourage them. Please let them know what they do matters. Thanks. See you tomorrow.